Today we are going to showcase and demonstrate how we respond and intercept a security threat at the border. As we start the demonstration, we have a passenger coming in from Kenya. She will check and also luggage check. The purpose of this is to detect any item on her that would be of security concern. Like what we are watching, if anything is seen and it's of security concern, it will be retrieved. But if there is nothing of concern, she will be cleared and she will proceed to Port Health. Sir, at Port Health, in reference to Ministry of Health guidelines, the Port Health doctor takes on screenings that include asking of routine questions. These routine questions are related to the symptoms of the known diseases at the border. She also verifies vaccination documentation. She verifies yellow fever card and also takes a temperature check. If everything is okay, she will give a clearance note to the traveler and the traveler will head to our Kenyan exit officer. Sir, I'd like to emphasize in one-stop border policy, the purpose is to consolidate all border activities in one location. This is why an immigration officer has been sent by Kenya to work as a departure officer in Uganda. This helps in reducing the distance that is moved when we remember our traditional borders. This enhances safety of both people and property because everything, all clearances has been done in one location. Our Kenyan exit officer performs data capture, interviews and endorses an exit stamp into the document of the traveler. The traveler, after getting the exit stamp, proceeds to Uganda Immigration Entry Desk. So at the entry desk we have a vigilant officer. She has attention to detail and also asks questions with reason. She conducts an interview. She receives the document. She will compare the biodata page of the document to the face of the traveler. But we've seen the traveler came through while concealing herself. She had covered herself with a cape and also sunglasses. This is a behavior of someone who has something to hide. But our vigilant officer notices that and tells her to take off everything so that she can compare these fine details. And when she sees something does not add up, she still pins the traveler to remove everything like we are seeing and also answer the questions. Basic questions are asked at that level. But when a red flag is raised, without alerting the traveler, she will contact the supervisor to tell her something is up. The document that this traveler has presented, however genuine it is, it does not belong to her. Because she was concealing her face, she didn't want our system and our vigilant officer to notice that that's not her in the document. She forwards the case and we see the body language and the behavior of the traveler has already changed. She is relation. She will even try to be overconfident or try to sweet talk the officers. But the officers have been well trained and are determined to deal with such scenarios. Here, our supervisor who has more experience asks the basic questions. Where did you get this passport from? What is your date of birth? What are your full names? If the traveler gives any conflicting answers, it means she does not know where the passports are received, and this will trigger the traveler. So we see the traveler trying to make phone calls. She already now knows she is in trouble. This is normal behavior because she's not working alone. She has a contact person near at the border, a local at the border. It could be a transporter, it could be a relative, but this person's duty is to help come and liaise in case she lands into trouble. We see an individual coming through. She received a call. She knows the officers. She has worked at Busia border for a long time. She knows these officers. That's why she comes, and the officer immediately notices her. Such people are always there. Most of them even offer gifts to officers to try and create that rapport for when they will need it. But the vigilant officer will still note down some of the answers that are given by this contact person. She asks, where were you taking this traveler? Who needs this traveler? Which exact place in Uganda was she going? This is information that will be used by the supervisor as they are trying to know why the traveler was trying to access the country with a document that is not hers. We see a second phone call has been made to the supervisor. There is a contact person who is looking for this traveler that has come in with a forged document. This is all not normal behavior, and for a vigilant officer, it is very triggering. Again, she has no crime here, but she has come to whisk away the traveler and put this to bed as soon as possible. She will do anything at her disposal. She knows the officers, so she sweet talks to them. We see the traveler is trying to be argumentative, trying to be convincing in any form of manipulation. And as of last resort, their contact person is now offering money. Since they know them, they think that will work. But our supervisor has undergone ethics and integrity training. And this further triggers the supervisor. The supervisor calls in police immediately, because these are now two cases. A case of impersonation, but also a case of bribery. Why are you trying to offer money if there is no problem? So the supervisor, having been triggered, asks for the two suspects to be detained. So at this point, an impromptu search is conducted and they are taken to Busia police post. We see they are also still in denial. They don't think they've done something wrong. The next protocol in action by the supervisor is to engage her counterparts. We have a joint intelligence committee, sir, at the border. It also doubles as a WASP committee, wanted and suspected persons and properties committee. This committee is headed by the border internal security officer, sir. The immigration is also on this committee in a spirit of intelligence sharing and collaboration. We see the border internal security officer has gone to the supervisor to get this information because she was summoned after a red flag was raised. A passenger came with a genuine passport, but it was not hers. That is a case of impersonation. And when she was asked whether there was any other documentation, she provided an ID that has conflicting names. So all this has been given to the supervisor, to the head of the Joint Intelligence Committee, and she will come back to her desk and engage all the other partners. As we see at Busia Police Post, a comprehensive search was conducted. Any items that were retrieved on the body and luggage of the two suspects has been kept into exhibit and it can be used. The next action of the border internal security officer is to engage other stakeholders that include Interpol. We have external security office, because we are dealing with a transnational crime. So meaning these two offices are relevant. The Interpol officer moves to the joint intelligence desk and information is given to them. At face value, we have an impersonator and a contact person who was trying to bribe. Why were they trying to access the country? The committee does not know, but they will find out. The document that was received from the passenger is given to Interpol. Sir, I would like to emphasize on the duty of Interpol here. Interpol office has two databases in this case, the document lost and stolen database and also the I-24/7 database. Here with an impersonated document, she will check in the documents lost and stolen database. If this document was obtained through any fraudulent means, the database will flag that document. And she will check if it was reported stolen anywhere on the globe. If she has any information, she will provide it to the Joint Intelligence Desk. The document had been reported stolen on the Interpol database. This is all enhancing collaboration and intelligence sharing in order to intercept any transnational crime. If this information is provided, meaning that two suspects have a case to answer. Yes, the document was not hers, but even it had been reported stolen. So immediately, the border internal security officer summons the two suspects for a comprehensive interrogation and to also see if there is anything that was obtained on the body or luggage of the two suspects that would be of use. That is the call that we saw the border internal security officer making to the police. The two suspects will now be taken to the Joint Intelligence Desk for a comprehensive interrogation and also examine any of the items that were found with them. At this point, items will be handed over, and allow me to emphasize that each of the officials at the desk has a role to play. The immigration supervisor, the border internal security officer, they all have. So intelligence can come in any form. They could have been surveilling this passenger depending on any items that are collected. We see more documents have been retrieved. These were concealed in the passenger's luggage. This is not normal behavior. These two passports have been received and also a notebook. We see the external security officer trying to examine the items he has found in the notebook. These can be contacts of people that have been under surveillance already in the country, or contact people of the traveler. So once the traveler knows that she has a case to answer, her body language changes. This is typical behavior on anyone who will be a threat. Our supervisor has been given the two passports that were found in the luggage to go and use her system. Our supervisor has the PISA system, and she also has the e-visa system. The PISA system is a system, a passenger identification system that flags and also verifies documents in real time. When that document is flagged, this is some of the information that will be retrieved. Previous entries and exits, any contact people in Uganda, those people, what has she been coming to do all those times? And also, where specifically has she been visiting? In the e-visa system, once the traveler was applying for visa, she needed a letter of invite. So meaning an individual in Uganda invited her. This is all credible information in such a scenario. So we see what is going on. And it is not normal police behavior to handcuff women, but this is now an escalated risk. And they have been handcuffed and taken into detention. We see the supervisor is coming back with information. That information shows how crucial immigration is in providing and helping to respond to transnational crimes. So all this is highlighting interagency coordination. That same passport is going to be given to the Interpol office. This is where the other database comes in, the I-24/7 database. If the traveler committed any crime across the globe, she will be flagged. That document will be flagged and all those details will be retrieved. That takes me back to what I said, that all these officers, the entire Joint Intelligence Committee and the Davos as WASP committee has a mega role to play in responding and intercepting all these crimes. We see the Interpol officer, after finding information, she is also contacting the regional partners because she's obligated to. She contacts Kenya, where the traveler came from, but also her counterparts in the other East African countries. So this is all aimed at getting more information so that the committee can ascertain the reason as to why the two suspects were doing what they were trying to do. But as all this goes on, travel officer handling a female client, that is strict police protocol.